I'm going to talk about the God seed particle. In Alma 32, it talks about planting the seed. The seed is a seed of faith. It allows us to grow into what Lehi's vision or dream, and Nephi's a compilation of the dream as well, allows us to grow to the ultimate of that, which is the tree producing fruit. And the fruit is to come into the presence of Christ, to be one of his sons and his daughters, to be born of him. That's the full accomplishment of it. But the God seed particle is very, very vast. It's not just one little thing that we need to plant into our heart. It's many things. It's the removal of the dross. It's the planting forth of truth and light into our mind, heart, energy field, and body. I've kind of summed this up with a positive and negative aspect. So everything that is godlike is positive. It brings love and joy and peace and long-suffering, gentleness, meekness, temperance. It's all of those things that he talks about, and it describes himself as he is. Well, everything that is not God is negative. And those negative things literally dwell within this fallen state of this body. And they can flare up: the anger, the hate, the envy, the strife. I've talked a little bit about this. So as we learn to that there's equal and opposite in all things. Everything has an opposite. So the positive and the negative has opposites. So hate is love. And there's higher forms of that opposite, and there's lower forms of the hate. There's envy and strife that fall underneath hate, that allow us to be able to connect with those things. So what we need to do is we need to figure out what our attack points are, or what negative emotions are dwelling within this fallen state of this body, and to list those in our journal so that we can know that this is what our battling is against. So we need to battle against those things. So if we're battling against them, the best battle that we can do is bring the opposite into our life. So in doing that, we are aligning ourselves with the energies that God is, the positive energies that he is. And we can only align ourselves with those and then let them flow through us. Adam fell that men may be. Men are that we might have joy. I want to talk about the fall. The fall is a state of this fallen body. Okay? It fell to a telestial state, and now is kind of between a telestial and terrestrial, because we're still connected to the body, but yet we're connected to our mind, and we're able to make choices and to focus in directions of God if we want to. And the mind and the body are kind of interconnected, so I'm not going to try to separate them. But we do need to focus on the removal of dross first out of the body. And the way that we do that is through choice and agency within the mind. We allow our mind to focus on the things that are godlike and to disassociate with those things that are not godlike. There are people out there that do energy work, and they do like body talk, or the body code, or the emotion code, or many of those things which they literally take the energies that God has, and they command or command with God to remove these negative energies out of the body. They do it in many different ways. Some of them use a magnet, some of them use their hands, some of them use the command of God. But the bottom line is that they are trying to take these energies and pull them out of the body. And the body can hold them in, but the mind can also. And if the mind dwells upon them, the mind is the open door saying, come back in. Yeah, I wasn't ready to get rid of you, so I'm going to dwell upon you so you can come back in. So you're opening this big door that says, hey, I want to be negative. I want this anger, hate, envy, strife. Come on back in. I'd like you to dwell with me a little bit more. And a lot of us do that by dwelling upon those things that are negative, or dwelling upon the pain within our body, or the strife within our body. So the key is to take our mind and take control over our mind, to be able to channel our mind to looking to Christ, to looking to what He is, and to look away from all those negative energies. So when Adam fell, he fell to a state of this negative body, and he had to overcome those things as well, just like we do. Okay? So in a celestial situation, we can overcome them a little bit faster, and we're going to get to that. We're going to get to the celestial point of view and the celestial ability to command with Christ. But you can't command on your own. You can, but you won't get as much power and energy from Him. Okay, so the energies of God flow through us. They're not allowed to dwell within this body. The love, the joy, the peace, the long-suffering. If you will ponderize upon these energies, you will notice that when you feel love, that love just flows out of you, and it's beautiful and wonderful, but it flows, and it's meant to flow, because it's not meant to stay in you, it's meant to go to others. Because God gives to everyone. His grace is sufficient for all mankind. That includes us. So He wants you to be like Him and to give that energy to others so that they can be blessed as well. So when you're feeling love, share that love with others. Give that love and feeling of love to everyone around you. They can feel it. They can feel the energy. My children, they will crawl all over me because of the energies that they feel through me. And I am not perfect. I dwell in darkness from time to time. I fall down and mess up all the time, and I'm constantly having to repent. It's part of life. I mean, what did Nephi say? Oh, wretched man that I am. The more we realize that we have to control our thoughts, we have to control our body, we have to align our heart so that it can become pure. The more we realize this, the more we realize, oh, I'm a wretched man. But it's not that we're doing evil. It's that we realize that we keep falling down and allowing our mind to go down a path that we shouldn't allow it to go down. But that's what it's like. That's why we're trying to continue to align ourselves with what He is. So we can only look one step up. Like in order to overcome the physical body, we look to our mind. And when we look to our mind allows us to make the choices to push the thoughts that are negative out. And that's where we start to do the battle. It's a battle inside, because the adversary is going to throw these fiery darts, and they go right to the mind. They hit you hard right there because they know the mind is a connection point that fires the neurons, allows you to be able to move in the direction that you want to move. Changes your desires, changes your attitude, changes your feelings and your attributes of where you want to be. The adversary loves to get us in doubt. Doubt is a product of the adversary. It's talked in Moroni 10. Doubt cometh because of you fall into doubt, and then you fall completely into despair, and despair cometh because of sin. Okay, so all of these things, the opposite of doubt is belief. So it's okay to have not unbelief, but belief that God will teach you the things that you need to know. Okay, so stay in a belief structure, because belief is the beginning of a growth pattern of coming unto Him. It goes hope. So you hope in the things that you want to attain. Hope becomes a belief. Belief becomes faith. And then faith, true faith, motivates you to move in the direction that is God, or is truth, or is light. Okay, so when we find truth, it all starts in a hope. Oh, I hope this will help. I hope, and that changes into a belief, and then the belief changes into faith, and then the faith motivates us to move. And then as we move in that direction, we literally come into Christ, and we gain another truth. And when we live that truth, we receive its light. And the light is Christ. The truth is Christ. It's all Him. So we're trying to bring these things into our life. Well, as we do it, we attain a better instance of wisdom and understanding. So what our goal is to change the focus of where we're looking. I mean, how many times did we hear that Moses held up the serpent? He said, hey, look to this. Well, this is Christ. Look to this so that we can follow Christ. Look to everything that He is, everything that He was, everything that He has become, and then follow it. Become like Him. Be ye therefore perfect, even as I. So if we're not striving, we're not going to step up to the next level. Yes, we're going to fall down. Yes, we're going to step up, then we're going to jump down 3 steps. Yes, we're going to jump up, and then we're going to get pride, and He's going to knock us down 12 steps. We're going to have to climb those 12 steps again. Just stay humble. Realize that He has all light and all truth, all wisdom and all knowledge. And as we realize that, we come closer to Him. God bless your desires to come into Him. I'm going to do one more video on this. I need to kind of focus my thought.